Curious traders, welcome back. It's Monday, February 10th. And well, it's the start of a big week this week. Today the calendar is cleared after the Super Bowl game. But Powell is set to testify tomorrow, Tuesday. And just to keep things interesting, Trump is again back in the headlines with his threats. The futures are looking a little shaky this morning, with Dow futures down 62 points, S&P 500 futures off by just 0.18, and Nasdaq slipping to 0.26. It looks like investors are bracing for some volatility, and honestly that makes sense given what's ahead. Big news this weekend: Trump told reporters on his Air Force One that he's planning to slap a blanket 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports today, Monday. He also hinted at retaliatory tariffs against countries that tax US goods. No exact timing for this yet, but if history tells us anything, this could really stir up some trade war jitters. And on Wednesday morning at 8:30 New York, the January core CPI report is coming out. And right now the forecast for core CPI is to come in at 3.1% year over year, down slightly from 3.2. If it comes in lower, that's bullish, but if it comes hot, that could get ugly fast, because it would mean that Fed has less room to ease up anytime soon. So looking at past CPI releases, a higher than expected print usually sparks initial sell-off. A weaker CPI print, on the other hand, tends to trigger an immediate rally. If Powell stays cautious, the market might fade the move later. Let's see. But now let's talk about the DAX, because we had a strong push higher here earlier last week. But now we're seeing the pullback here of those highs, pretty textbook retracement after a big move for sure. Looking at the slow stochastic here on the 66, 5 and 5 values, it's rolling over from 70, which means momentum is slowing down. And the fast stochastic 25.5 is already dipped deep into the oversold territory, and it's now curling back up, so buyers might be stepping in. There's some key levels to watch here. First major is 21,686. That is the level where buyers need to hold the line. Below that we got 21,396. And if sellers really take control, 21,087 could come into play. On the upside, if buyers step in and we get bounced, the first real test will be at 21,806. And if we clear that, we could make a run back to 21,869. Zooming into the 15-minute chart here. Let me make this a little bigger for us. Here, this way. We did see a bounce off at 21,686, but here's the thing, really. The fast stochastic, this one here, the 25.5, is already up at 89, which is deep in the overbought territory, while the slow stochastic is still climbing, or now just flatlining actually. This really tells us the short-term momentum is recovering, but not fully confirmed yet. Ideally, we want to see the fast stochastic stay while the slow stochastic catches up. That would signal stronger buying pressure in the markets. Volume-wise, we got a decent spike during the bounce, but it's tapering off. So unless we see fresh buying come in, there's the chance that the move fades and we might retest the 21,686 again. So how do we trade this? If we get a solid 21,686, especially with a slight stochastic reset that doesn't break the structure, that could be a solid setup. On the flip side, if we push toward the 21,806 and we start seeing a rejection, that could be a decent short opportunity. But really the big trades will come later this week only. Today is all about positioning ahead of Powell's testimony, and tomorrow then of course the CPI release on Wednesday. If CPI is weak, expect a bullish reaction. DAX could break above 21,806 and push towards 21,869. If CPI is on the other hand hot, expect a bearish reaction. 21,686 could break, sending us lower towards 21,396 or even 21,087. So bottom line, markets are setting up for a big week. Today might be a bit choppy as traders position ahead the key events, but once Powell speaks and the CPI hits, we should see some serious movements. So keep an eye on the levels, watch the stochastic for confirmation, and stay nimble. The volatility is really coming now. And of course, a quick disclaimer at the end. This is not a financial advice, just my thoughts on the market. Always do your own research, trade smart, and manage risk. All right, that's the setup. Let's see how the market plays out.